Hello everyone, today I'm here to teach you a lesson, and it is that even for us, sometimes things don't work out. Doesn't look good, does it? So, for today I have a Dennerle Nano Cube 30 liters? 30 liters for this build, and it's one of those tanks that we recommend for a lot of newcomers and for anyone who just wants another tank, because it's something that you can easily set up and maintain. Having an actual tree in an aquascape has been with us for many years now. We've done quite a few of these ourselves as well, but nowadays most people just buy ready-made bonsai trees and just use some kind of plant to mimic the leaves of the tree. Today I'm going old school. Actually, my very first tank I've built was something like this. Back then, there were no bonsai trees, so I had to build the tree from scratch. That's what I'm gonna try to do again. I got a bunch of wood pieces, twigs of redwood wood and coral sinker wood, and I'm gonna chop them up and build a tree myself by gluing the pieces together. Let's hope it works out. So, I'm actually gonna put this aside. First of all, I need to figure out what's gonna be the main part of the tree. Maybe this is too thick and too straight. I'm gonna have a base built from stones underneath. This is gonna be the main piece. I think I'm gonna actually build it like this way so I can see what I'm doing. It doesn't make much of a difference for you now, and then it's gonna be put in. And now I'm gonna have to build multiple branches. Can I glue this to this? And then we're just gonna break it off later on. Because I want to build the rock base after I have the tree. I know the sizes and so on. This is not part of the actual build. I'm just preparing the wood for myself. Do I need a lot of this?
No.
This is a new product I've never used before. Balázs used it in a previous build and he liked it a lot.
I think I found my new favorite.
Basically, you use this instead of the paper towel and you soak it with the usual liquid super glue. Guys, I have a prototype of a product that we're gonna have available soon, which is an accelerator for glue. This stuff makes the bonding quicker and it gets rid of the whitish color that you usually get once the glue gets underwater. It always turns white, and the bond should be stronger. So yeah, now this is where it should be. And we're gonna start building the branches. So what I have is a bunch of small pieces of different types of wood. Do we have some better tools for what I'm doing right now? Thank you. This should be a more sufficient tool. This is made for trimming bonsais. It's done! I must be just lucky. This seems too easy. The great thing about this fusion compound is that the paper towel would be white here. But this, once it's soaked, it's almost the same color as the original piece of wood. It's really cool. I just hope that we're gonna be able to break it off when I'm finished properly. My goal would be not to simply build a tree, but I want to build a Japanese maple tree. And I've got the perfect plant for it to have as its canopy. Downside of a tank like this may be maintenance. If algae starts to grow on the tree, you need to be really careful when you clean it off. Does it look anything like a Japanese maple tree? Oh, I always break off the branches I don't want to break off. Yeah, maybe we can edit out the Japanese maple tree thing. I'm not sure if you're anywhere close. Gyere, Kristóf! Csak így néz ki egy japán.
Hát, én még felébre, mert azért magasabb szára legyen.
No, ez.
Hát ez nem nincs. De el is ugye van.
Nem,
Vagy azt tudod csinálni, hogy akkor ne ilyen hosszúra meg, hanem egy picit megolvúzgatni.
It actually looks better from this side. Sorry guys, this is the front now. The top should be denser. The bottom part is done and this front area is okay, but I need something back here. Okay, I just need something on this side and I think we are gonna be done with the tree. Tomi from our maintenance crew just walked by, looked at it, and I've seen on her face that she hates me now. She knows she's gonna suffer with this, just the maintenance issues that I've just mentioned. Hopefully it will be nice enough, so it will be nice to work on. This one should be turned, and it seems like the glue is too good for that. Oh, okay, so still, you can break it if you want to. Currently, this is the front. Might change again. No, that's it. I don't want any more. And now I break it off. You wanted to record this? This, maybe? So it goes in here. Okay, so I think I have the base, which that was quick, but it's just 3 pieces of rocks, but the wood or the tree goes into one of the connections, and before I'm doing so I want to make sure that it's actually gonna fit. So this is about 22 centimeters and the inner space is almost 29, so that's fine, and this is even less, so yeah, and this is 29 as well because it's a cube. It's not a cube, it's higher, but never mind. Do we have the gray one of this, because then I would use that to glue the rocks. Thank you. Oh! Properly inhaled lots of it. Ah. That's 2 years of my life. It's strong. Oh, it's not crazy strong. Actually, I'm gonna glue it from here as well. Okay, so now this whole thing is one piece. I have a nice little cave on the bottom. Which one should be the front? Does it make sense like this? Makes more sense like this. Okay, it's gonna stand like this. So I've decided to go with this side visible because these branches make the most sense now. In here, there's an empty spot in the middle, so where I have these coming out, this area is empty on this side. So I didn't want to see that. Still, I have the option to rotate this with the rocks if I want to. Good? My problem is that the amount of fissidance I have is very, very small amount. Now it's time to plant, but before that, I'm actually going to fill in the sand onto the bottom, so once the plants are on, I can transfer it immediately. This won't be enough. Even if I want to have like a very thin layer, I have some leftover 50-50 La Plata and Colorado mix that we've used in the 650 tank before. I'm just gonna put in like a really thin layer. I don't need any thickness on the sand because we won't have any plants in the sand. Yeah, it will fit inside actually along with my hands, so I can actually place it in the tank. It's time to plant. What I have prepared is 2 types. I have Ricardia, which is going to go on the bottom, so it's going to be the base of the tree, and I'm going to run it down on the side of the rock pieces towards the sand, and I'm going to use Fissidance Fontanus for the crown of the tree to resemble the Japanese maple tree. Put some glue on the tree, which is not good. We're gonna have the Ricardia on the bottom. First of all, I'm gonna put it all around the base of the tree. this is my carpet around the tree. And then I'm gonna use the rest to come down towards the sand, I think. I have no idea how to go about this. Okay, so that's about it for the Ricardia. Got some plants in my socks. Now I'm gonna go with the Fissidens. I should just like throw it on. This one is a bit mixed with Ricardia as well. I can see it now. There's not much I can do about that. This is an amount of Fissidens that would be enough for a lifetime for most people, but we need quick progression for this tank. So that's why I'm gonna use so much. We don't have time to wait. This is gonna take a lot of time still to look perfect, if it ever will. Once the moss is gonna start like growing out, there's no more branch underneath it, so it's gonna start to hang. And I believe that's where we're gonna have the actual effect I'm going for. It's done. I have no clue if this is going to look good or not. This is much more detailed work than what I usually do. The Fissidens needs to like fluff up. It needs to grow weight. It needs to start hanging from the branches. I'm going to transfer this now into the tank. The plants are wet, so all the gluing is now wet, so I can only hope that it doesn't fall apart. Well, it doesn't. I don't dare to grab on the wood because that's a very small contact patch in between the wood and the rocks. It's something else, isn't it? I think I need more sand as well. This is the best DIY device we have at Green Aqua. It's just a piece of filter hose and the top of an old fertilizer bottle. And this way we can pour in sand into places where we couldn't otherwise. I'm going to put in some details because that's definitely needed. It's done, actually. We need to fill it up. We need to start the system. I have already chosen my betta for this scape. That's it for today. If you want to build something simple. Not that's it for today, because I'll be back in a few seconds. So here we are about a month later, and clearly this tank didn't turn out as I wanted it to. Sometimes it happens even to us that we plan something, we build something, even during the build it seems like it's gonna be good, but then it's just not. What happened here is the whole concept was off. Now it's quite easy to identify the cause of the problems. I'm not sure why I didn't think of these things before building, but here we are. First of all, warm water. It's always an issue. Obviously this tank is heated for the betta. Well, at least the betta is still beautiful. The main issue is that the Fissidens doesn't really like the warm water, and there's basically nothing else in it. So that combined, that not having plants that would take up a lot of excess nutrients, and also having the Fissidens which doesn't even want to grow on its own in the warm water, it turned out quite disastrous. That's one thing. The other thing is the concept of the tree. To have the effect that I wanted, to have the Japanese maple tree, I would have needed to use another moss to actually create the canopy. Something like Christmas moss would dense up nicely, and I could shape it by trimming to have what I wanted, but the leaf shape of Christmas moss wouldn't fit the concept. It's only the Fissidens moss that resembles the leaves of the Japanese maple tree, but this can't dense up as much as I would need it to. So that's why it looks a bit scarce. I could easily fix this tank to look good. One option would be to add a lot more branches. That way I could make it look a lot denser and the Fissidens could fill the gaps. Or I could simply go with another type of plant, another moss or a small-leaved Anubias, something like that. But then again, that's very far from the original concept, so I actually don't want to do it. This tank is gonna be one of my failures. That's it. I hope you guys learn from this mistake as well. And yeah, just don't feel bad when it doesn't turn out as you planned. Thanks for joining me. See you next time, hopefully with a much better build. Goodbye.